Welcome back, everybody. Today's project is going to be a walking cane I'm making for my 90-year-old father who doesn't really need a cane, but sometimes he uses one for a little bit of extra support. I'm going to be making this one out of walnut, which is the outer part here, and then curly maple, which is I've laminated in the center. I haven't started any turning yet on it, but I've got it mounted with my live tailstock center here, and then in my one-way jaws over here, I'm going to start off by turning this end round and then flipping it over so I can lock it better into the one-way chuck. So we're going to get started. Okay, I've gotten the tenon turned down here so that I could mounted it in the chuck. I flipped it end for end. What I'm going to do first is round over the center here at about 2 inches. Then I'm going to put a steady rest that I made in here, because with this long piece like this, as it gets thinner, it tends to flex. And shorter pieces you can put your hand on the other side to steady it, but a long piece like this, it's a lot easier if you have a center support. So I'm going to go ahead and round over this center part here, and then we'll start with put the center rest on. I like the piece is pretty well evenly balanced, so you can turn the speed up pretty good. You can hear it starting to vibrate now. That's how you need the center support. Not quite rounded yet. Okay, I'm going to put on the center support, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I've got the center of the piece rounded, and we'll be right back. Okay, I've got my live center on there. Actually, what it is just a plywood box. I've mounted 2 wheels from my son's razor scooter in there, and I've got them pushed tight to the wood, and I don't know if you can see the wheel. Yeah, you can see the wheel turning. What that does is give it support, keeps it from flexing. It's pulled up tight here. Both wheels are turning, and now I can go ahead and round over the other this side, and then I'll have to move my tool rest to the other side, and then round it. So it's a little bit of work, but not too much. I don't have anything else to do anyway. All right, so we'll come back and start rounding over the other sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start rounding this end of it and show you how my support works. The wheels are turning, my wheels are turning, the lathe is turning, everybody's turning. All right. Yeah. Because of this support, there's no vibration now. Looks like a charm. You have to check every once in a while and make sure that your support hasn't moved any, but it's still working perfectly. I'll go ahead and round some more and then we'll come back. Okay, I have gotten this end of it rounded. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and shape this side of it. I want the finished diameter of about 1 inch or so. I'm going to put a few little decorative ridges on it, coves, and I may even use my spiraling tool. I'm going to go ahead and do this end of it, and then I'll do this end down here. Round it over, and of course because I have to move this to be able to move my tool rest. Even though this is adjustable, I still have to move it. So I'm going to work on this a little bit, and I'll come back and show you what I've done. Okay, I've been working on it a little bit. I'm using a round nose scraper now. I'm starting to put a little decoration in it. One of the best things about doing a project like this is there's no wrong way to do it. It's one of a kind. You don't have to worry about trying to match anything. You just go with it. See what comes out, whatever comes to your mind. Center support is a lifesaver though. There's no vibration whatsoever in the piece. This is going to be the handle end. As I get smaller, I'm going to taper it in on this end down here. May add a couple more beads in it. I don't want to get it too thin because I don't want it to break and Daddy to fall over. I can tell my tool needs sharpening, so we're going to take a little break and come back. Okay, I've pretty much gotten the bottom part of it shaped. I'm going to stop for a minute and move my roller and get my tool rest down on the other side so I can round off the other end of it. It's coming out pretty good. These little places here look decent. It's fairly out of focus. Fairly smooth, but it will take some sanding to get the ridges and all of that out of it. I'm not a perfect wood turner yet, but I'm working on it. So we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm pretty much finished with the basic shape of it. I've got it all about 1 inch, inch in diameter. It's going to take some sanding, but that's all right. It needs sanding anyway. I only put the 2 little knees on it. I've repositioned my wheels again and brought the tool rest back up to this end to put the final touch on it. There's some, as you can see, there's some higher places right there I got to trim down. But overall, it's looking pretty good. And the handle is going to be made out of a separate piece, just in case you were wondering. But I'm going to even it up a little bit, and then we'll do some sanding and see where it goes from there. Okay, I pretty much got it smoothed off. There's still some down on the other end, but I'm not going to move my center rest. But what I'm going to do in between, in this little area here, I've got this Robert Sorby texturing tool, and it's a spiraling tool. What I'll do is put it on here. You have to set the speed at about no more than 500. You put it on, you bring your cutter to it, and as you work it back and forth, it actually puts a spiral on there. So we're going to see how that works. I've had pretty good luck with the cutter wheel with the smallest teeth on it. So let's just see how this works. It ought to be fun. Okay, I'm turning the speed down to about, it's 500 RPM. All right, here we go. I hope this works. If it works, I'll be happy. If it don't work, I'll be sad. It's set on a little bit of an angle, and there's a bar here that sits on the tool rest to keep the cutter wheel steady. So you put it into it till the wheel starts going around, then you lower it down and you can hear it cutting. You don't want to push too hard. Just work a little bit at a time. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That's so pretty. I hope you think so too. It's a little rough, so what I'll do is take about 300 grit sandpaper, sand this off, and it'll be just as smooth as the rest of it is going to be. That came out excellent. I'm very pleased with it. And in the video for this, he called this he's an Englisher. He called this a cutter wheel. I like the fine teeth on the cutter wheel because it makes the best spiral. All right, we're going to do some more sanding and some final trimming down of this bottom end down here, and then we'll come back. Let me see if I can zoom in there on, oops, all focus. All right. Okay, well anyway, maybe if I go slow. Made a perfect spiral around it. Okay, I will come back in a little while. Okay, I had so much fun doing the spiral on that other one that I've decided to do a little bit here. And what I have done is, excuse me, tilted the cutter wheel the other way. Oh, and by the way, I hope I didn't offend anybody by saying Englisher. The only reason I said that, because that's what Ernest T. Bass said on Andy Griffith one time. I love the English. If it hadn't been for them, we wouldn't know what we were saying. But anyway, so we're gonna do this. I got to dial it back down. .502 RPM. I'm just going to do a little bit right here. Start it in on it flat till the wheel starts turning and you start a groove. Lower it down. Work a little bit at a time. This groove should be going, the spiral should be going the opposite direction that the other one went. Okay, let's see how that one did. It is opposite from that one, and it is just as pretty. I love this tool. Okay, I'll do a little bit of sanding here, and then start sanding the main part of the cane, and then we'll come back and maybe work on the handle. Okay, I've been at it for about 5 hours now, and I have gotten it sanded up through 120 grit. But you can see it's very smooth. got the ridges out of it that were caused by the tools I was using. It's coming out very nicely. I love the grain of this wood, the walnut and the curly maple. That's the curly maple there. See the little curls? The spirals came out very nicely. And I'm going to quit for the day, and I'll come back tomorrow. Got to sand up through 600 grit, put a finish on it, and then we'll start on the handle for it. My little wheels work good today. I hope my son doesn't need to ride his scooter. He won't. 18-year-olds don't ride many scooters. All right, we'll come back tomorrow.